Hi guys, welcome back to a new vlog. My name's Maddie if you are new here. I'm so happy that today's Friday. It's September 19th. I have some work to get done today before it's officially the weekend, but I got ahead of myself. I wanted to start off this vlog and do a little weekend in my life. This morning I actually grabbed coffee with a new friend that I met at an event last week. We just went to Baba's and got coffee, their iconic banana bread. So that was super fun, and now I'm back home. We'll probably be working majority of the day, but hopefully I can log off by like 4 o'clock. We just got a lot of content feedback from clients on one of my accounts, so I need to get that feedback over to influencers ahead of the weekend so they can start working on revising their content. And then I also have some content going live for a couple of my campaigns today, so whenever influencers go live I need to monitor their content, make sure it all goes live correctly, and then save down all the live links and everything. That's what I'm working on, but just wanted to start off the vlog, say hello. Done with work for the week finally. I ended up working a full day today. Work was really busy this week, but I got so much done today, so feeling very good going into the weekend. I also just filmed a little TikTok. I wanted to do a try on haul of all my Nuuly stuff from this month, so check that out on TikTok. But now I'm gonna have a chill night in. I think tomorrow night I'm going to grab drinks with a couple friends, so gonna stay in tonight. Also, you may be wondering where my boyfriend is. I was getting some comments about that. We did not break up, but there have been some changes that I haven't fully updated you guys on. Lorenzo is no longer living here in Charleston full-time. If you guys remember, we moved down here last November, like at the end of last November. Moved down here together, got this apartment together, and at the time he was working fully remote, so it worked out really well because we were both able to keep our same jobs that we had previously and just relocate down to Charleston. But a few months ago he got a job opportunity that he couldn't really pass up. The catch is he has to be in person full-time in Pennsylvania, which is where he's from, so he's staying up there with his family right now. It sucks. It is not what we planned. We're basically back to doing long distance, which we did for our whole relationship up until we moved down to Charleston. But obviously before I was like a drive away, so we called it medium distance, and now we're like fully a flight away. This is still our apartment down here. He comes down on weekends as much as he can. So like I saw him last weekend, and then he's coming down here next weekend. So we still see each other very often, but obviously it's a big jump from living together to now being long distance again, but it's fine. I'm hanging in there. TBD what's going to happen. Our lease here is through the end of January, so I'm definitely here until then, but we're not totally sure what we're gonna do after that. I've been keeping busy and obviously have like friends and stuff down here now, so I'm good. I've lived alone for a lot of years, so it's nothing new. Yeah, in case you were wondering why Lorenzo's not here, that's why. We're still together. Here's pictures of us on the fridge. Anyway, I'm gonna make dinner. I just went to the store and grabbed a couple things for dinner. I need to go to Trader Joe's tomorrow and do like a full weekly grocery restock, but I just grabbed a couple things for dinner tonight. I'm trying a new recipe. I've been trying to diversify the dinners that I make throughout the week because I kind of only have a few dinners in my rotation that I make all the time. It's good to switch things up. I've actually been relying a lot on ChatGPT. I'm not one of those people that uses ChatGPT for like every decision I need to make, but I've been finding it really helpful with meal planning and coming up with recipe ideas. I saw this recipe on TikTok actually that is like a chicken pesto mozzarella dish that she made in the oven, but I put it into chat and chat recommended that I make it in the air fryer, so it gave me like a full recipe that I'm gonna follow. So stay tuned for the results. We'll see if it's good. so good. I'm gonna be making this a lot, and it was pretty easy. Obviously you have to like prep the chicken a little bit, but I don't know, it took me probably like 40 minutes start to finish. I hardly ever make chicken unless it's like chopped up into something else, because I feel like it's just boring and flavorless, but this is really good. Happy Saturday. I just got back home. I went to a class at the Works this morning. It was so hard. I haven't been there in a while, so maybe that's why, but I genuinely felt like I was going to throw up and or pass out. I'd only ever taken their sculpt class, which is like a heated yoga sculpt class that uses like light to medium weights, and it's a lot of pulsing, and that class is also really hard. I don't go here very often. I'll go maybe like once every couple weeks, but today I decided to try the Works Express class, which is a 45-minute version of their like signature class. This class doesn't use any weights, so I was like, okay, it can't be any harder than the sculpt class with weights. It was just as hard, if not harder. This class we did a lot more cardio, which is not my favorite, but it's okay. I survived. I got a really good sweat in, and now I feel really good. And then I just went to Trader Joe's and stocked up on my groceries for the upcoming week. I made a meal plan for the week for all of my meals, and then built my grocery list out based on that. I just make my meal plan and my grocery list in my notes app on my phone, so when I'm in the store I can easily go through and check things off to make sure I don't miss anything. So let's do a quick little Trader Joe's haul. First bag. Oh, hi kitty. Tomorrow for dinner, I'm gonna make burger bowls. I'm gonna make enough to have leftovers for lunches Monday and Tuesday. I've been trying to kind of build my meal plan around doing like 2 dinners that I can make like 2 to 3 servings of, and then have for lunches the days following, because I feel like I struggle with lunches the most. So if I can have leftovers, that's ideal. So I'm gonna do burger bowls tomorrow. I got ground beef, some cheese. I have some lettuce from this week, but also just got a little more in case I don't have enough. Also gonna make salmon this week, as I always do. So got Atlantic salmon. I always get the barbecue cut because it's easier. It's already cut into 2 individual portions. Got some green beans to go with my salmon. Blackberries. I think I'm gonna prep overnight oats tomorrow. Also got vanilla almond milk for the overnight oats. This is the only like seasonal item I got. It's the cold foam creamer and salted maple. I'm pretty sure these cold foams are relatively new, and then I think the salted maple is like a fall exclusive, but I love a cold foam, so I'm gonna try this on my coffee maybe tomorrow morning. Something else I'm gonna make for dinner later in the week are shrimp tacos. So I just got the frozen shrimp, and then I got some cabbage mix that I'm gonna make like a little lime slaw to go in the tacos. Also just got some guac to put on my tacos. Next bag. Also for my tacos, I got some tortillas, bananas just to have as snacks, a lime. For my burger bowls, I got some potatoes that I'm gonna make in the air fryer to make them crispy, and then also got some tomatoes, also a jar of pickles, a couple pantry things that I was running low on. I got cumin and then some honey. Got some hold the cones. Last day I got some hydrangeas to put in a vase and put on my coffee table, so I'm gonna do that now. Put all of these groceries away, then I'm gonna get changed real quick and head to the beach. It is like 85 and sunny today, so I'm gonna go and have a little solo beach day, which feels weird in like late September, but that's probably how it's gonna be here, honestly, through October even. So gonna get as many beach days in while I still can. I'm just gonna go down to Folly, which is my personal favorite beach here in Charleston. So yeah, excited. to do my makeup. I'm getting ready on my bedroom floor because the lighting is so much better in here than in my bathroom. Starting off with some House Labs foundation. The beach today was so lovely. There was not a cloud in the sky. It was the perfect beach day. I got a little bit of a new tan line. Tonight I'm getting drinks with a couple friends. There's a new rooftop bar downtown that I've been wanting to try. It just opened up a couple weeks ago. So we're gonna go there around 6 for like a pre-sunset moment, and then probably bop around somewhere else downtown. I feel like I haven't had a night out in Charleston in ages. I was actually gone for pretty much all of August. I went home to Jersey for like 3.5 weeks. I realized I hadn't really been home at all since I moved here. So instead of just going for like a weekend, I decided to go for a few weeks and bring Lennon and Kitty with me and just stay up with my parents, see as many of my friends back home as I could. And also August is kind of the perfect time to leave here because that's when it's just like so hot and humid in Charleston. I felt like it was perfect timing to have a couple weeks back home. Lennon, my dog's actually still up there. That's why she's not in this video. I miss her so much, but I decided to let her stay with my mom for a couple extra weeks. When I went up to Jersey, I flew by myself with Lennon and Kitty. And it was a journey. I was so nervous leading up to it because I've only flown with Lennon once before that, and I'd never flown with Kitty before. They honestly ended up doing so well. Kitty especially, I was the most nervous for her because even when I take her in the car, she just yaps a lot. Like, she doesn't stop meowing in her carrier. But I gave her some anxiety medicine from the vet before the flight, so I think that helped a lot. Going through TSA was pretty challenging because you have to take them both out of their carriers at the same time and like walk through with them in your arms so that their carriers can go through the scanner. So I took like Lennon out of her carrier and she was on the leash like wanting to say hi to everyone and run around, and then Kitty would like not come out of her carrier. She was like scared and clawing to the inside of the carrier. So I was like had Lennon with one arm and was like shaking Kitty out of her carrier with my other arm, and it was just a little chaotic. It was also like a 6 a.m. flight, so this was me at 5 a.m. in Charleston Airport, but I made it through. And then the flight itself was actually really easy. They settled in once we were on the plane. It was really expensive flying with both of them though, because at least on United, it's 1 pet per seat. So because I was one person with 2 pets, I had to buy 2 seats. And then on top of that, there's like a pet fee per pet per way. So it ended up being like so expensive, which it was worth it in this case because I was going for so long. Like, I would have had to get a pet sitter here regardless. So it was fine, but I decided to have Lennon stay back with my mom for a couple extra weeks because then my mom is coming to visit here in October. So when she comes, she's gonna bring Lennon, so that way I didn't have to do like 2 pets by myself again. Also, my mom's just been missing Lennon since I moved, so it was a win-win. But that's where Lennon is, if you were wondering. I do miss her though. I feel like I've been out of my normal routine without having Lennon here because she obviously like has to go outside on a regular basis. I have to walk her, so I feel like having her helps break up my work days a little bit better because I'm like, okay, it's time to take a break, take Lennon for a walk, get some fresh air. So I'm excited for my mom to come in a couple weeks. She'll bring Lennon back, and then she's also here just for a weekend to visit. So I actually need to plan what we're gonna do that weekend. I need to make some dinner reservations and plan a little itinerary for her. And then I also have friends visiting at the end of October, which I'm so excited for. It's my 3 friends from high school. So I also need to start planning what we're gonna do that weekend. I love having people come to visit because I kind of get to play tourist for the weekend and do like all the fun little Charleston things that I don't really do as much now that I live here. If you're wondering what any of the products that I'm using are, I'll be sure to make a post on my Shop My for all of the products that are in this video, so that'll be linked down below. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear tonight. It's so weird because it feels like it should start being fall fashion vibes, but it is 89 degrees out, so I'm not sure what to do about that. I am really excited for fall here in Charleston though. This will be my first time ever being in Charleston during the fall because I moved here at the very end of last November, and before that had only visited either in the spring or summer. So I'm excited. I feel like there's fun, cute fall things here, like pumpkin patches and things like that. So excited for those festivities in a new city. Okay, I am gonna go do my hair. I need to blow dry this and figure out what I'm gonna wear. I feel like I need to sip without the straw to taste the foam. It's pretty good. I am having a very chill Sunday. I went and got my nails done. Went with this super light milky pink color, and I cleaned up my apartment. I'm doing laundry right now. Already showered and comfy for the night, and now I'm gonna make burger bowls for dinner. I'm gonna chop up some potatoes and roast them in the air fryer, make some ground beef, and then add lettuce, tomato, pickles, cheese, and then I'm also gonna make a little like burger sauce to top it with. So we'll see how these turn out.